Thank you. Can we have the ambassadors to join us? Yes. And welcome to the launch of the 7th edition of the Pinkathon Delhi. Very, very excited to be back. Delhi has always been very enthusiastic right from the first year. And on the 8th of September, we will see almost 10,000 women running in the Pinkathon across 4 distances. That's the 3 kilometer, the 5 kilometer, the 10 kilometer, and the 21 kilometer at the Nehru Stadium. And as always, we will have women from all sections of society, all age groups. One of the pillars of Pinkathon is to be as inclusive as possible. So we go out into society, we directly approach communities that are otherwise isolated, marginalized, who feel that maybe running is not for them or running events are not for them. And we encourage them and motivate them to come out in large numbers to participate. I'm very, very thankful to all our partners who are here in Delhi, and especially to Andaz Hotel, which is, as we know, a really beautiful place. We're all here together. I'd like to call Rajashri to... Are you eating?
No, I was holding paper in my mouth.
To accept a small token of our appreciation.
Yeah, come.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on the 7th year.
Yes. So, we have a wonderful panel here today. All of these really, really inspiring ladies are going to be a part of the Pinkathon on the 8th of September. I would like to call the first panelist to speak, and she has participated in the Pinkathon before. She is the first visually impaired person, first visually impaired girl to cycle 350 kilometers from Ahmedabad to Junagadh. She holds the world and various national records for mountaineering. She is the Pinkathon ambassador for the 21 kilometer category. So I'd like you to give her a big hand. As I mentioned, there are many participants of Pinkathon who show us that there is no obstacle that is great enough to stop us from achieving our dreams. Sometimes we feel that in the world of the visually impaired it must be difficult. Sometimes you might think it's impossible for somebody to come out and say that I want to do something like this, to cycle, to run, to mountaineer. I mean, to climb mountains. It's incredible, it's inspiring. And I'm really happy to have Manvi Garg here with us today. And she's going to be running 21 kilometers in the Pinkathon. And I'd like her to say a few words about her experience at the Pinkathon and also how she keeps fit.
So first of all, I would like to say one thing. कि अभी just Milind said one word, impossible. मेरा इस word पे especially ध्यान इसलिए गया because ये word शायद मेरे life से बहुत connect करता है और बहुत associate करता है. Because whenever I see my life or others sees my life, like the word comes, oh God, it's impossible. So it was like I can't even believe that I'm sharing stage with Milind Soman. That's again one impossible thing which is happening right now. And apart from that, I lost my vision in very later stage. So that was again something which was impossible. And then I was like a sports person since like my childhood. I was a judo player, swimmer. I used to do gymnastics. I was a handball player, volleyball player. But then it all come to an end at one point of time. That was again something which was impossible. And in 2014, when I started my mountaineering and I got this opportunity and I really climbed 12,500 feet. that was again something which was actually impossible for myself even. For others, definitely, मेरे से थैंक यू। मुझसे एक मीडिया रिपोर्टर ने ये भी क्वेश्चन पूछा कि अच्छा आप एक बात बताइए तो आप ऊपर चढ़े कैसे? I said, what do you mean to say? He asked कि आपको कितने लोग उठाकर लेके गए? I was like, come on. So then when I told him, I was like, हो ही नहीं सकता, it's impossible again. But till now I have done my basic mountaineering course, advanced mountaineering course, and I have climbed 21,000 feet in Ladakh, Kangyatse Ban. We took up an event and I cycled from Ahmedabad to Junagadh, which is 350 kilometers, and that was not tandem cycling, but it was a normal individual bicycle, which was again an impossible thing because I touched bicycle after 18 long years. One shot touch किया और 3 दिन में हम लोगों ने उसको साइकिल करके इवेंट करके वो कंप्लीट किया. And then I also did scuba diving, and as in profession right now I'm working as a senior manager in Oriental Bank of Commerce, and as in like last year I ran Pinkathon, which was again Pinkathon मुझे अपने आप में एक बहुत प्यारा concept लगता है, which is again something in our society is like associated with impossible thing, because हमारी सोसाइटी के अंदर एक वर्ड होता है पिंक, गर्ल्स, फीमेल्स, which are just meant to be inside house and cooking food and maintaining house and all that stuff. But Pinkathon is something like where they came up with the concept कि नहीं, females का health and each and every thing is also very important, equally important for females as well. So they are already doing a very commendable job, and it's really very nice and wonderful experience to be there in last year also as in Pinkathon, and I'm looking forward very impatiently for this experience this year also. And I really thank Milind for making me the part of this event. So thank you.
You know, women sometimes find it difficult because of all the responsibilities, because of the time constraints, and also many times because of the kind of role that society has decided for them. They find it difficult to actually take care of their health, and there's a lot of change that has to come in the mindset, not only amongst women but among society at large. And it is ladies like Mandvi who come forward and who believe so much in themselves, and they have dreams that are so big that they will inspire thousands and thousands of women to say that if Mandvi can climb mountains and she can cycle in Ladakh and she can do so many things, that at least we can give ourselves 20 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour a day to take care of our physical and mental health. So thank you so much, Mandvi, for being here today and really inspiring so many women. She's going to lead the 21 kilometer squad and also lead the visually impaired squad. We have almost 100 or more than 100 visually impaired participants at each edition of the Pinkathon, and they all run all the distances, as you can see, right from 3 kilometers to 21 kilometers, and Mandvi is going to be leading that squad as well. Every participant in the Pinkathon, in the visually impaired squad, gets a Braille medal. So as we know, Braille is the language of touch. You can touch the medal and they can read what the medal says. It says that I ran Pinkathon and I inspire. And this medal also goes to their partners. So every visually impaired runner runs as a team with one sighted runner. Because of course, when the distance is in kilometers, they don't know where to go unless they have some kind of guidance. So I'd like to thank the guides in advance who are going to be there at the event. I'd like to present the first Braille medal to Mandvi, and I'd also like to invite Seema Jindal Jajodia, who is the owner of Nourish Organics, who is sponsoring the 21 kilometer category. And I thank you so much for being a part of our event. Thank you. Thank you. This is Seema.
Hi. How are you?
kilometer run. I will try running with you.
God bless you. Last year we had more than 65,000 women who participated, and across the last, this is the 8th year of Pinkathon, across the last 8 years we have almost 500,000 women who have participated at some time or the other in one edition of Pinkathon. So without our partners, of course, it's very, very difficult. There's a large financial element, logistical element involved in creating this event. So big thank you to all the partners once again. It's a very inexpensive way. I mean, I run barefoot. Of course, we know how expensive shoes are and how expensive the gadgetry has become over the last few years. But it is not really necessary. At least it's not necessary for me. So people of all economic backgrounds can take up running as a very, very simple way to maintain their exercise regimen. Of course, apart from exercise, there's food that you need to look at, very simple diets. And I think, what I believe in is very wholesome food. We don't have to look very far about what is the right food to eat. It's very well known that if you eat the food that your parents ate or your grandparents ate, that food will be good for you. You eat local, seasonal, minimally packaged, minimally processed, and minimally refined food, and that food is good for you. And the other thing that you need to think about is stress management, because stress really contributes a lot to disease. And again, running and exercise is something that can take care of a lot of stress, or can help you to deal with stress. So this is something that we have learned over the years at Pinkathon. One is we've learned a lot of things about why women don't run or why women don't exercise. We have tried to address a lot of those reasons that women see as obstacles. Like the biggest one, of course, we found in the beginning, and that's why we created this space, was that when we saw that so many running events were being organized across the country, hundreds of running events, the participation of women was very, very low. This is about 10 years ago. It was about 5 to 6%. And we, of course, realized that women understood the value of it, but why were they not then coming out? And one of the reasons was they were a little intimidated by the numbers of men that were participating. So when there were about, in a crowd of, say, 15,000 participants, 13,000 were men. So even families would be a little hesitant to send the women from the family. They're thinking that if something went wrong or something happened, who would take care of it? And women themselves were feeling a little intimidated. And when we did the first Pinkathon in Mumbai, we saw that excitement and that enthusiasm that women had for just coming together in large numbers to celebrate themselves. Not for any religious reason, not for any political reason, or any other reason other than themselves. And we realized also that there were no spaces like that encouraged women to come together to celebrate themselves. And I think that is what made the Pinkathon so popular. Even more than the concept of health or fight against breast cancer or anything, it was that women needed this space to come together, to encourage each other, to motivate each other, inspire each other to take care of themselves. Another reason, which I must tell you, was guilt. And it's not only in India that we find this. I read a poll that was carried out in the UK a few years ago to why British women don't exercise. And one of the biggest reasons was guilt. The guilt was about taking time away from the family. So what happens when women get together in large numbers? It becomes okay. They tell each other that it's okay. It's okay to take this time away from the family, because even if you want to give 100%, and we recognize this wonderful trait that women have, they want to give 100%. And even if you want to give 100%, it's important to be 100% first. And to be 100%, you have to take care of yourself. So, thank you. I was just taking everything from what you said.
I just like to set the cat amongst the pigeons here about what you said about diet.
Yes.
So now science has pretty much conclusively proved that the two biggest causes of almost all types of diseases, non-communicable diseases, are white sugar,
yes,
and vegetable oils. So all that you've been told that sunflower, safflower, rice bran, soybean it's all absolutely rubbish. Sorry, because they all turn into horrible what we call PUFAs or trans fats, which is really what attacks your body from within. And we've come back to the fact that you said that if you eat the food that your parents and your grandparents ate, and what did they cook in? They cooked in whatever was the local oil. So if you see the whole of South India, it's coconut. If you see the Med, it's olive oil. If you see Calcutta and the East, it's mustard oil. And ghee. There's no more, there's no better cooking medium. So, that will also reduce your chances of getting any type of disease.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Is so that the cancer conquerors themselves, their families and friends can come out and actually discover that yes, it's okay to do this. It's okay to see that your life has not ended with cancer, but it's probably a good beginning, a new and better beginning. So thank you very much for being a part of this. I'd like to give you the first medal. So to all the participants in the Cancer Shiro Walk, we present a medal that says, I love Pinkathon and I inspire. All our medals say I love Pinkathon and I inspire. We're very happy about that. Pinkathon was becoming so popular. It was also through an ambassador program that we started in every city. So a lot of people came to us and said that, we really love this event, we love what it stands for, we really love the kind of enthusiasm and emotion and energy that the event has with all the participants. And how can we help? And we were not aware of what could be done. We just said, okay, just spread the message, to talk about it. And they said, yes, but what can we say? How do we structure this a little bit more? So we created a team of ambassadors in each city, and you can see them, they've all come with their t-shirts, and I'd like you all to give them a big hand. They're very, very committed, very passionate. A lot of them run training locations, which means that around the place that they live, they start a training program which is just once a week. They give 1 hour once a week so that the women of their locality can join them and at least begin their journey to fitness. And when we started this, we started getting inquiries from all across the country saying, why can't we have Pinkathon in our town and in our city? And of course we do 8 or 9 of them, and it's difficult to really do more than that because I have to be there, that's one reason. So we said that, why can't you do a women's run? It's not that big a deal, just put a call out, women will come and you organize a small event for them. But everybody said, no, we want Pinkathon. And so we don't know what it is about the word or about the brand that instills that kind of confidence or gives that kind of hope. But since everybody wanted it to be Pinkathon in their city, we created a Pinkathon Day last year. And it was all due to the efforts of the ambassadors and their connects in various cities, that we put out a call saying that anybody who wants to nominate their city to do a Pinkathon, just let us know, we'll guide you on how to do it on one day, one particular day. So we chose the 21st of October last year as Pinkathon Day, and we had 63 cities participating across 130 locations. And not only in India, we had 6 countries participating. I got calls from Dubai, I got calls from the Maldives, saying that we want to participate in this, and we created groups there and we got them to nominate themselves on the website pinkathonday.com, and they all participated on that one day. And this year, on the 20th of October, we have 80 cities across 200 locations and 10 countries participating in Pinkathon Day. So it's all a big thanks to the ambassadors who believe so much in the cause, because there's a limit to how much one organization can do. And when there are people on the ground who believe so much in the message and believe in themselves so much that they can take that message and just blast it out there, that really helps the cause. So I'd like to thank the ambassadors, not only in Delhi but all over the world where they are now, for the efforts that they're putting in. So thank you very much. Our next panelist, India's first Pilladio Institute, and it's made by a group of women who lost everything in the tsunami many years ago. And as we know, it was a devastating catastrophe, and many women lost their livelihood, they lost their homes, they lost everything. And the way they got back to mainstream life, to become, having a positive life again, is by making this doll. So this doll is called the Tsunamika, and it's actually a symbol of many of the things that Pinkathon stands for. It's about self-belief, it's about inclusivity, and most of all, it's about empowerment. That there is no obstacle that you will face in your life that you cannot overcome if you believe in yourself. So we want all the women to understand the story behind this medal. It's not just a doll, it has a story. And what it does, some people sometimes ask us, why can't we have a metal medal? Because this doesn't last, If you have to keep it very, very safe, otherwise it doesn't last. And that really tells you about your health. If you don't keep your health safe, it won't last. So the most important message that I feel from this is the delicate and fragile nature of this doll, that tells us that if we don't really take care of ourselves, we don't spend time, if we don't focus on it, we will lose it. As you said, if you don't use it, you will lose it. So this is the medal that every participant will get. Hopefully they will be proud to get this medal, and hopefully it will remind them not only how simple it is to lead a better life, but how important it is that they must pay attention and must focus and give a little bit of time to themselves every single day. Okay. Registrations are open now on the www.pinkathon.in/Delhi, and we look forward to seeing all of you. I'd like to thank the media for being here, and I'm happy that you're here, but I would be even happier if you got your family members, your wives, your mothers, your sisters, girlfriends, to also come and participate and celebrate with us on the 8th of September. Thank you all so much, and thank you once again to the Hyatt and to Andaz for the hospitality.